So, good morning, good night, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to a brand new episode of Is It That Bad? Where we take a look at an album that maybe's got some mixed reviews. And for this episode, we're talking about an album that just came out like 2.5, I think, weeks ago. And it's an artist that I had no idea who he was. So the album that we're going to talk about is about the artist Tame Impala. That's how you say it, right?
Yep.
Tame Impala. And the album's called Deadbeat. And this is the album cover. I think that's him, and I'm assuming that's his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's a nice picture. Hopefully the daughter won't sue him in the future for the picture.
Oh, is this a Nevermind by Nirvana situation?
No, because that's his daughter, and she's. But you never know. Children can be like
We
that.
could still sue him.
She can see, like, my kids can sue me for for appearing in YouTube in the
Dad, you didn't give us cookies.
Yeah, to my kids in the future, please don't sue me. So this is the album cover. So I actually think the album cover is sweet, because it's a father holding the daughter. Even though the daughter looks like she's not amused by the music he recorded, but we'll talk about that in the round. So this is his 5th album, and I just realized that he's from Australia. I didn't know because I read the information. So he's from Australia, and this is his 5th album. And because Nick told me to listen to his, because I thought he was like psych rock. I listened to Currents this morning, like to his first album, and I'm like, yeah, I can tell like it's more psychedelic than this one. So for this episode, we have the triumphant return of Nick Zeno. Nick, how are you, man?
Good, Hector. Thanks for having me on again.
Yes, it's been a while.
Wow, for sure.
Man. Even though we talk like we chat constantly on Instagram about music, we bitch about our jobs.
Yeah.
Like, why is YouTube not making me rich?
I know exactly. Where's all the money coming in? Yeah.
Where's all the money? So we have to keep our day job. So Nick, man, it's good having you back, and obviously for a band that because you actually talked about Tame Impala on your channel. So welcome back. And
thanks.
We have returning, he's almost part of the channel now. Lorenzo The Professor, my karaoke partner in crime.
That is right.
So,
yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to be listening to Tame Impala because I don't know much about them, but it's better than than the last episode I was here with Christopher Lee. So
yes.
So I'm happy.
Yes, that Christopher Lee one was something else. Obviously, rounding up the panel, we have Rocco, the artist, the YouTuber formerly known as Rocco of All Ages. Rocco, how are you, man?
On behalf of Americans, I'm sorry, Canada.
What happened to
Canada? You know why. The 51st state shit.
Oh,
right. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Misunderstood because there's a big baseball game on and everything too. So
I had no idea. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? What happened? What happened in Canada? I had no idea. Oh, there's something.
Still not the 51st state, thankfully. So we're still good.
You are still good, my man. And you know what? I don't watch baseball, so that's why it went over my head. I'm like, what? Yeah. Oh yeah, baseball. It's a sport. But no.
Which is funny because there are so many Puerto Ricans playing baseball in the U.S.
But I don't give a shit about baseball, man.
We're here to talk about Australian dance, EDM, pop music.
Talk about Australian EDM stuff. Not baseball, but yeah, there's a lot of baseball players here in Puerto Rico. But growing up, I didn't play sports. and I like music. I didn't play music either, so I was a strange fellow that watch movies, like talking about like music, but didn't have the talent to play it. I was born to critique.
Hey, you sent me one time a song that you worked on with some friends of yours that you did many years ago. It was pretty good. It was not bad. It's very funny.
I was singing, oh yeah, the alphabet song.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I think I played that to Lorenzo. Yes, yeah, but yeah.
Oh no, I have to hear that.
I'll have to. I'll do an easy that battle myself.
Oh, that would be amazing. Anyway,
that would be pretty awesome.
People will be like, "Who the hell is he's critiquing himself?" I would do that. So, okay, let's go. Tame Impala. So, you know the rounds, people. It's the 3 rounds. On the first round, we talk about our first impressions on when we listen to this record. The second round, we pick 3 songs that we maybe think are the weakest. And the third and final round, we give our final impressions and we vote thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down. And since Nick hasn't been on I think the last Is It That Bad that Nick was on was Skillet.
Yeah, was that the last one?
Either Skillet or From Zero.
No,
yeah.
From Zero panel. He
might have been from.
So it was
Skillet.
Skillet. Wow.
Yeah.
It was Skillet.
Okay.
It was like that was sometime in November, so it's been like a year.
It was like
it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Early November.
And at least this isn't Skillet.
Much better than that, yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna start. It's gonna be Nick. Then we're gonna do Lorenzo, Rocco, and then me. So Nick, give us your first impressions when you listen to Deadbeat.
Yeah, so I would probably be considered more of like a new school Tame Impala fan because Currents is their third record, is his third record, Kevin Parker. So his first 2 records, like in Inner Speaker and Lonerism, those were kind of a lot different than what he does now. He started out very much as like a psychedelic kind of rocker guy, and then with Currents, he moved into more of that pop, neo soul, electronic direction. And Currents is by far my favorite Tame Impala record. I love the Slow Rush, which came out after that as well. Like I consider both those records to be nearly perfect albums. I think they're both, among the best of the last 10 years of popular music, and I really do rate those records really highly, and I rate Kevin Parker very highly as a musician. With this new one, I still feel like there's a lot of that Tame Impala sound in there. I feel like for the most part, it still has that same sound that we heard on Currents and the Slow Rush. But then we kind of already mentioned it earlier in this video that it moves into an EDM, electronic, dancey direction on a lot of those songs. And I'm not necessarily against that sound. But I was listening to it in the car the other day again. And once I hit those songs, and, in particular, kind of get to more specifics later, but some of the songs later on in the album, they're 7 minutes long, and it's just that it feels like you're at Night at the Roxbury or something, right? And as much as I can support an artist like Kevin Parker and Tame Impala getting into new territory, it's also very just not really the type of thing that I really enjoy listening to. I don't really enjoy a lot of that kind of dance music kind of sound. So I didn't really enjoy this record as much as I enjoyed those last 2 albums, but I feel like it's growing on me. I feel like the more I listen to it, the more it starts to get into my brain, even if it isn't quite as strong as what he's done before. And it's kind of surprising to see that there's been a mixed reaction to this new album because, he's such a critically acclaimed artist. But yeah, I'm still kind of in that it's okay territory. It's still not fantastic for me.
Yeah. No, but it has had some. I pulled. I'm gonna show the reviews it had. I saved it right here on my trusty phone. See, it had mixed reviews, especially I think Pitchfork. But Pitchfork always crucifies everything. Yeah. I'm telling you, you could have it could be Dark Side of the Moon. It's not dark enough, or something like, or some shit like that. But yeah, these are the mixed reviews. So it did have some mixed reviews and some fans also. I saw a lot of like fans complaining online. A lot. I went to see, like, I wonder what the fans are saying about this record. So good first impressions, Nick. So Lorenzo, give us your first impressions.
But a lot like Nick, I'm a newer Tame Impala fan. First album I listened to was Currents. And it was one of those things where I think I was in my Gorillaz phase where I was just listening to Gorillaz all the time. And I think
Tame
this came up
Impala
as
did make a song with Gorillaz.
Yeah.
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 I think there was like either it was I remember the song, or they came out from like a recommendation from listening to Gorillaz so much. So I was like, oh, and also I like the art of for Currents. I that really
Very cool.
visually was like drawing me in. So I listened to it and I really liked it. But I it was one of those things where I never really went back and listened to his earlier records. So I remember listening to Currents and I like it. And if they put it again, I'll listen to it again. But it's not like one of those bands that I'll go back to a lot, like I do with Gorillaz, for example. I mean, I say band, but it's one guy. But you know what I mean. uh, so that's basically my. So when I listened to this album, I think I had the same reaction as Nick. It's one of those things where this EDM, dance music style is not really my thing. So I had a little trouble, getting into most of these songs. But it's like one of those things. I know it's not for me. It's not one of those albums that I know it's made for me. So it's hard to rate it, in that way. So, but we'll see.
So it's a good first impressions, Lorenzo. So Rocco, what about you, man?
I'm a very casual fan of Tame Impala. I liked their last album, The Slow Rush. So I went into Deadbeat expecting something that would also be good. I noticed, however, you're talking about he's trying different genres. The production was quite different. While he on previous albums was more psychedelic, this album felt more stripped back, for lack of a better term. Um, I haven't listened to the previous albums in a while, but I think there wasn't as much acoustic piano as there was on Deadbeat. I actually did enjoy the album enough that filling out my bottom three songs was kind of tricky, but I will be sharing those in the next round.
Nice. So you're a tamer Impala. So
Sure.
it's my first impressions. I gotta be honest, I had no fucking clue who Tame Impala was. I thought he was Flow Rider's cousin. Like Flow Rider and Tame Impala. I thought he was a rapper. I'm like, Nick, I thought he was a rapper.
Yeah. Just as a broad rule, rappers from Australia suck.
Okay.
I've never heard a rapper from Australia.
Iggy Azalea.
Iggy Azalea.
Okay.
That's the only one that comes to mind.
Iggy Azalea sounds more like rock than Tame Impala. Like, maybe they should change names. So, but I listened to Currents, and yeah, I could. The artwork for Currents is really good, but this album, like, first of all, it's a long album at almost 1 hour.
Yeah.
And, I was reading, so he was inspired on this album by some Australian sounds from, I read it, but I didn't write it down, from some West Australia. And apparently he was inspired by Australia's rave scene. So maybe I felt like maybe if I had an edible and some beats, more.
Some glow sticks.
The boom, 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 the glow sticks. Yeah. I have been to raves, and this is the thing. I went to raves, but I didn't take any of the drugs that they were taking in their rave. So I remember this rave in particular. It was the end of the 90s, and it was in Mayagüez, which is the west side of the island. I don't know if you went there, Lorenzo. Maybe not because you're a little bit younger than me. So
Maybe.
it was a party on a boat, and they were saying that MTV VJs were gonna be there. So I went with some people. I didn't see no VJs. I just heard the same beat over and over, and the stench of Beeps vape. I'm like, why does it smell like Vicks there? And then someone explained to me, oh, like when they take the ecstasies, they put the Vicks and the higher. I'm like, I'm not getting high. I could breathe well because my nose sinus cleared up of the beat that was floating around. And I remember, well, I'll have a beer. The beer was not expensive, so I'm like, I want some water. They were selling water for $10. I'm like, why? And someone explained to me because they need to hydrate when they're drunk. I'm like, God damn you, I'm sober, and I'm here sober and losing my money, and there's no MTV VJ. So that's my experience with raves. You know who was a huge raver? Señorita Sabrosura. Like, and I like when I think of electronic music, I like more like Chemical Brothers, The Prodigy, stuff like that. That's like the electronic music that I like. So my first impressions of going into this, I didn't know what to expect because I've never listened to Tame Impala, but I listened to this first, and then I listened to his old stuff to compare. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can see the difference from this to this one. So I can say I'm not gonna, but I've listened to worse shit this year. That a ton of worse. Like Nick, you've been spared of so many.
Yeah.
Like,
But there's been lots of good stuff too, though. So it evens out. It's been a good.
Yeah,
good
but
month.
like if you haven't heard the Nathan James album, consider yourself lucky.
Okay. Yeah, dodge that one for sure.
Frogvale.
Frogvale is another one.
Yeah, that's a
Puddle
horrible.
of Mud.
Oh yes, Puddle of Mud put out an
Is
album.
it any surprise that Puddle of Mud's gonna be bad? Like, come on, we know that. That's gonna be a given.
I think that's a given, you know. So yeah, those are my first impressions of this album. So Nick, let's go to round two and let us know which three songs did you pick and why.
So are we going to start with the worst songs that we liked or the ones that we liked the best?
No. The three songs that we think are the worst. In the
Okay.
last round, you say like what you liked.
Okay. So for me, the worst songs on the record were basically the ones that had the biggest EDM dance influence. And so the Ethereal Connection to me was one of the worst songs on the record. Not there's parts of it that are good. There's more songy parts of it that are a little bit better, more melodic parts. But basically there are long stretches of that song where it's just that beat going on and on and on. And like we were saying, it's like, it's like being at a rave, Hector, without any drugs. It's like, it's like, I'm wondering, like, yeah, do I need to be on some ecstasy and have some glow sticks to enjoy this? Because I'm definitely not in that space, when I'm sitting at my kitchen table, like listening to an album. So that one, Ethereal Connection, as well as End of Summer, which is the last song on the record. This was actually the first single that was released from the record. And I remember when I first heard it a few months back, just being extremely disappointed in it because, again, I love Currents. I love the Slow Rush. I think those records are amazing. So for this to be the first song out of the gate to hear from this album definitely didn't set me up for high expectations for this record. And so when you put out the other singles from this record, like Loser and Dracula, that made me a little bit happier about going into listening to this record. And then the third one that I'll say is probably one of the worst is See You on Monday, You're Lost. It actually reminded me a little bit almost like something Paul McCartney would have written, like a Wings, Beatley kind of song, but it just didn't really feel like a strong track. It felt like a filler song. So those would be my low three on this record.
Hey man, Wings had some bangers.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Exactly. I love Wings. I'm a huge McCartney fan, huge Beatles fan, but this song in particular it had that feel, but maybe not as good as I hoped.
Right.
It was Paul McCartney's cousin, Paul Impala. Paul Impala. So good choices. So what about you, Lorenzo?
Well, as it happened. The same thing happened to me in terms of since I don't like the EDM electronic style that much. I can listen to it. It's not like I'm gonna run away, but it's not. I don't want to listen to a 7-minute song by choice. If I'm at a place where it's playing, then I'll jam to it. But if it's my choice, I'm not listening to it on my own time. So obviously, Ethereal Connection was definitely not something I wanted to listen to, especially since it was so much longer than the other songs. So that was a disappointing one, because I think I think the strongest thing about this album is the lyrics. I think lyrically, and then thematically, the album is really strong. But this song just didn't have any of those parts. So that was probably,
Something.
what was that?
Ethereal Connection. I think he says like one line in one part. I didn't even know what maybe it's when he's like, oh my God, the edible kicked in. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Oh
was
God,
definitely
water's $10.
the other one I did not enjoy that much was End of Summer. Um I didn't like the weird vocals. I don't know if that was like a guest spot by somebody famous who I don't know. That was some modulation thing, but I did not enjoy those vocals. I think they took away a lot from the song. Um, I get the sentiment, but that was not didn't really work for me. And I think most of the songs I didn't like were mostly songs, except for Ethereal Connection, which I didn't like at all. Most of the other songs were more like, this is not my style, you know. So I don't hate it, but I'm not gonna choose to listen to it. The last song I think was Not My World. Yeah. Um, I think it was a little bit meandering and kind of boring. At least that track in particular, but it just felt like it was missing something. I don't even know what to say, what it was, how to explain, especially, especially specifically what it was missing, but it just didn't hit me that hard. So, but I mean, like I said, it's not like this. I understand why people would like these tracks. So I'm not hating.
It was just too tame.
No, it's not that it was tame, because that Ethereal Connection song is pretty like hard in terms of of how it sounds.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah,
So, good
not my
choice,
style.
not your style, not your jam. Like
It's
you.
not, it's not it's not lame Impala. It's just no.
Good one. So, what about you, Rocco?
My first pick is No Reply. The singing is a little too monotonous, and the beat doesn't really make up for that. My second choice is one that Nick and Lorenzo both mentioned already, Ethereal Connection. The song is nearly 7 minutes, and it takes too long to actually start, which was my main gripe with it. And then my pick for the worst song on the album, Oblivion. It sounds
Mhm.
like Kevin Parker was trying to make a reggaeton song and just gave up before he finished.
Oh yeah, that one had. I'm like, it's missing Bad Bunny, man.
Yes, so those are my songs. I did not have a lot of notes on these, but yeah, Oblivion, he could have taken that out.
Well, maybe he wanted to be some Australian reggaeton.
I mean, if he wanted to produce a track for Bad Bunny, he could do that. He produced Dua Lipa's last album.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because so yes, so I have to pick three picks. So everyone picked Ethereal Connection because I picked that one too. It's just too long, and a 7 minute song. And if I want to listen to an awesome EDM song, I would listen to. Have you guys seen Blade? The first Blade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The blood rave, when they're all like they're raving, the blood's coming down from the sprinklers.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's a great EDM song.
All I know from that movie is some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yes, but the first 10 minutes of that movie are awesome. like the blood rave and you know Wesley Snipes. He's like, I'm killing vampires and not paying taxes. That was his thing.
Yes.
I picked that one because it's what too long. I also picked "See You on Monday" because it has that piano beginning, and I thought oh, it's just gonna be on the beginning, but then no, it's the whole fucking song. That like unassuming piano that it didn't sound good to my ear, so I thought it was kind of like repetitive, and it didn't go nowhere exciting. And I picked one that no one has picked, "Piece of Heaven." I thought it was just like long, monotone, didn't do anything for me. I was honestly bored. And I almost picked "No Reply," but I didn't pick it. But it's funny because that song made me think of like 10 years ago, I used to work in an agency and we had a weekly call with a pharmaceutical company, which won't be named. And they had like these meetings where they said like, oh, we're waiting on answers for a position, something. And the lady she had some bad English. And instead of saying "no reply," she said, "We have no response." Response. It was, "We have no response, man." Sorry, but yeah, it was very hilarious indeed. But if I only picked three, that was I almost picked "No Reply," but I went with those two. But everyone picked "Ethereal Connection," so
Yeah.
all four of us. So everyone has picked tracks. So now we're going to the last round, the third round, where we give our final impressions. We talk about what we did enjoy about the record, if there's some qualities that I enjoyed, and we both thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down. So Nick, give us your final thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think it's as strong as Currents and the Slow Rush, but I do think there are some really great songs on this record. Dracula, Loser. I liked Obsolete a lot. So there are quite a few songs in here. Afterthought was another one that I felt were just as good as some of the Tame Impala songs from the previous records, but kind of alluding to what Rocco said. It's like it is a little bit more of an organic kind of album. You have more of those organic pianos. The songs maybe don't feel as overproduced. You know, the other records are very overproduced, and these ones feel a little bit more intimate. And so I think there are things to enjoy about this record. It's just it feels more inconsistent. You know, when I think of Currents and I think of the Slow Rush, I can literally think of listening to those albums all the way through and enjoying every song and feeling like they're part of a whole. But then when I listen to this album, it almost feels like there's holes in it, right? There's just certain things where I'm not going to listen to Ethereal Connection. You know, that'll be a skip on every time I listen to it. I'll probably skip End of Summer, and that's kind of unfortunate because I like Tame Impala a lot. I think Kevin Parker's a great musician, but this one just doesn't really get there like his other albums, and I think that's what's disappointing a lot of people. It's just not quite, you know, those other ones are pristine records, and this one feels a little bit less so. So that's my final thoughts on the album.
Yeah. And would you both thumbs up, sideways, or down?
I'm gonna say thumbs up because I still like a lot of songs on this album. Like I said, a couple will be permanent skips, but for me, it's still something that I'll listen to. So I'll go thumbs up.
Nice. So we got a thumbs up. What about you, Lorenzo? Your final thoughts on both?
I would like to highlight. I mean, I think Kevin Parker is really a very talented guy. There's no doubting any of that. I think this album will definitely appeal to a certain kind of fan that, you know, either enjoys everything that Tame Impala will do, whatever it is, or the people that enjoy dance, you know, electronic music. If you don't enjoy electronic music at all and you're more into the maybe psychedelic style, then, you know, this is probably gonna be a little bit of a miss. So I'm judging it on that scale. I know it's not an album that was made for me to love it because I don't enjoy that kind of music. I can enjoy definitely the elements in the track, but if I want to listen to an EDM song, I don't want to listen to EDM light. You know, I want to listen to EDM.
Edible,
That
Lorenzo.
said, what?
Take that edible.
That said, I have to give him props because I really enjoyed the lyrical theme, the lyrical themes, and the actual lyrics of the songs. um they tell a story, and the story goes throughout the whole album, and it's cohesive, it's smart, and I think it's a clever way of because even the album was made to be a little bit, you know, a father with his daughter, but the album is called Deadbeat. So there's this thing he's playing with on how to be a good father, how to be a good boyfriend, and how he wasn't those things in some of these songs. At least that's what it seems he's saying in some of these songs. So it's kind of relatable in that way. So that in that sense, I'll give it a lot of props. I really like some songs like Dracula. I think that's catchy as hell. I liked Oblivion, even though I didn't. Wait, no, not Oblivion. Afterthought. I like Obsolete. There's a lot of songs I liked. I might not listen to this album again, but I might listen to a lot of this, like half of these tracks maybe not the whole thing, but some those tracks that I liked. So it's hard. This one is a hard one for me. I think it would be like probably like a sideways but pointing up. Rocco made this.
If that called
this
like a limp finger.
well, not limp. It's going up. Definitely not limp.
This is the thinking about Dua Lipa finger.
So, I mean, what the hell? I'll give it a thumbs up because even though it's not music that I would listen to it a lot, I think it's so clever. I think it's it's there's most of it is good, is really good. So the things I didn't like, it's just my taste.
Good one. You went from like up.
That's how hard it's been for me to decide which one of these. I never thought about giving it a thumbs down. That's what I'll say.
Okay, so we have 2 thumbs up. So it's looking good for Tame Impala. Rocco, give us your final thoughts and your vote.
Well, before I share my thoughts, I kind of want to add to Lorenzo's point about the lyrics. There were some lyrics that I did enjoy, like on No Reply, even though I did pick that song as one of my worst, where he says, "You're a cinephile. I watch Family Guy."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that and then on Dracula, where he says, "My friends are saying, 'Shut up, Kevin. Just get in the car.'" It's just a really funny image. He's like, he's not Tame Impala. He's just Kevin. Get in the car, Kevin. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean that's that track, that lyric you said about the No Reply.
Yeah.
How clever, what a clever way to express the differences between people.
Yeah. So, despite my picks, I do think this is a decent album. I would still recommend the previous albums over it, like the ones that Nick highlighted, Currents and The Slow Rush. And I also, was it Inner Speaker, their first album?
Yeah.
Yeah, Inner Speaker, I personally enjoyed that one's like their most psychedelic, arguably.
Yeah.
And also Lonerism's pretty good. All of their albums are good. I would recommend all of those over this. But as I said, I still think it's kind of decent in spite of its flaws. Comparing Deadbeat to the other albums from this year that we covered on Is It That Bad? It is definitely not one of the worst. So I will give it a thumbs up.
Nice. 3 thumbs up. So that leaves me. So the first thing I'll say is like, Tame Impala is no Steven Seagal.
Punani.
That's a good That's a good thing because to people who have heard the Steven Seagal record, which came out tons of years ago. So,
Yeah.
so to me, this album was a hard one. I always decided let's cover it because I saw it had mixed reviews. So I'm like, well, let's see what people thought it got mixed reviews. But even though I picked some of the tracks, uh, I didn't hate any of the tracks. I just felt like Ethereal Connection was just way too long.
Yeah.
And like too filler. Like this album, like if this album was a little bit of trimming would have helped it be better. But like I don't know if my ears are accustomed to listen to so much crap by now that when I listen to something that I'm like, what the fuck are people complaining? Like there's good stuff. That Dracula song is cool. It got me dancing. And maybe I'll sing it in a karaoke, but I'll have to do it like the count. From
One, two, three.
I have to. I don't know, Nick. Did you get to see? I uploaded some of my videos to YouTube singing on that birthday.
Oh yeah, yes, I saw him on Instagram. That was pretty funny. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That yeah. You guys
Yeah,
get
I
to-
still remember last Halloween where you did "Wanted Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi.
I've done Wanted Dead or Alive. This year I was in a Halloween party and I sang Love Bites dressed as a vampire, but nobody recorded me, so there's no
Aw.
And there's no evidence.
evidence of me singing Love.
Well, I mean, you couldn't see him anyway because vampires and their reflections.
That is very true.
True.
But I'm a hip vampire. I sparkle.
I thought you said you didn't sparkle.
I sparkle like like the Twilight vampires. But there was stuff that I did enjoy. I thought Afterthought was pretty interesting as well. So there's some interesting stuff here. So I'm saving this record. It's a fun stuff for me. It's not
Yay.
something that I'm going to listen to a lot, but I think the dude is talented,
Oh, for sure.
I went from 2 weeks ago thinking that Tame Impala was a rapper from Florida and he was Florida's cussing. I made this whole history in my brain. Oh, he's Florida's cussing. Yeah, Little Dicky, Little Wayne. And people are like, no, he's Australian. I'm like, oh. And also the name, I'm like, that sounds like a line, like you'll be in a club, like, hey girl, let me show you my Tame Impala.
Ew.
I don't know if that would work, but yes, I was surprised. There's some good stuff, and then I listened to his older stuff, and I'm like, yeah, there's some good stuff. So I'm going to listen to his first stuff more to get more into Tame Impala. But yes, it got mixed reviews. I just think people were when I first read before listening, they were saying that it was the album was like a whole, like it was all EDM. And no, it's not the whole EDM. So yeah, it's unanimous. The four of us, that doesn't happen a lot. The four of us has given a thumbs up. So Tame Impala, Deadbeat is not that bad.
I would like to say to any Tame Impala fans who were disappointed by this album, be thankful that you are not Rise Against fans. They got screwed this year.
That was bad. Yeah. Yeah.
And Puddle of Mud fans got exactly what they deserved.
Yes, all two of them.
Yeah.
Who are Puddle of Mud fans in this world. So yeah. So we want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of this album by Tame Impala? What would you rate it? A thumbs up, sideways, or down? Comment down below. What tracks did you think were the weakest, and what did you enjoy about this? And coming up, I think the next episode, because this one I didn't know I was going to record this, so I think the next episode is Korn, the Path of Totality. I think that the episode that follows this, and we have a few more episodes, including William Shatner.
And
And
kids album.
yes, and soon we're nearing the last of the Is It That Bad for this year, so we're gonna cover the Kid Rock, the last album,
Bad Reputation.
Bad Reputation, and after that we're gonna have the finale, which is going to be a different episode, and then we'll be back in sometime in the new year, January. I've already people have sent lists. People sent
Yes.
albums that we're considering for next year, and I think the beginning episode of next year will be interesting for sure. So yeah, I wanna like Couchers. First of all, I want to thank my panel, Nick Sino. So if you don't follow Nick Sino, he's got a great channel. He does news roundup. He does a lot of like album reviews. This week we both reviewed the same album, the Mammoth album.
Yep, but only one of us got a shout out from
Oh,
the man
yes.
himself.
Congrats
so
to
just gotta
Hector.
say, yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome.
When I'm like Wolfie, you know who I am.
He's gonna be on the channel soon. I can feel it.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not Rick Beato, but please.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
I've seen Wolfie twice in concert. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's crazy good. Yeah.
I saw him with the last time I saw Van Halen in Las Vegas in 2013. He was playing, so I saw him playing with Van Halen. But yeah, like Wolf Van Halen. If you watch this, I would interview you. I'm not Billy Corgan. I'm not gonna talk about myself for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about my wrestling league.
Yeah.
That Billy Corgan that was like the first interview
Yeah.
that Billy Corgan had on his channel. In the first 10 minutes, I kid you not, Wolf Van Halen says yes.
Yeah, he says no. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's really hard to watch because he's like, let me like, we're not going to talk too much about your dad, but let me talk about the first time I met your dad. You know, and like Wolf is, you can just tell he's just sitting there being very polite. Like, please just, let me speak at some points.
Can I talk about my music, please? No.
Yeah.
The Rick Beato interview, which was up today, I saw it. Amazing interview.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that one, I saw that one, and I'm like, I love Billy Corgan, but Billy, please. He's like, so Wolfie, how does it feel to have been a sperm on Eddie Van Halen's scrotum?
Ew.
Oh.
I'm kidding. But he was first 10 minutes, like Nick said, it was like he didn't let him speak. It was hard to watch.
Mhm.
But thankfully, if I interview him, I'm just going to talk about his music. So Nick, what have you coming up next, man?
I'm not too sure. I released a video today talking about the connection between Foo Fighters and X-Files, which are like two of my favorite things. So I uploaded a video on that today, and then otherwise, yeah, just trying to think. I don't know. Probably something about Oasis. We'll see.
I mean, Foo Fighters is like an aliens term, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
No,
surprised
for
there's
sure.
a connection.
Yeah, well, and then they've been on the soundtracks and stuff. So it's Dave Grohl
And
made a
also their label
cameo.
is Roswell Records.
Roswell, exactly. So it's all connected. It's all there.
You know what? Nick, I didn't know that he was actually on an episode of the X-Files. I saw your video too. I'm like, oh, but if you blink, you missed it. It's like
Yeah, no, it's like you can't barely see it. Yeah, for sure.
It's not like he talks. He's just like walking.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Probably if you're old and you're used to old Dave Grohl with a beard, you won't recognize him because that's like almost that's almost like Nirvana Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Yeah, like babyface Dave Grohl. Yeah, before he cut his hair and grew a beard, he was like yeah, he was very, yeah, he looked a lot different back then, obviously younger, but yeah.
Yeah, he did look a lot different, but yeah, but I was thinking like, yeah, it's like we're almost at the end of the year, like almost all it's nitpickings with albums. There's a new band that I interviewed, Nick, that I think you would enjoy.
Okay.
I will send you the name of the band.
Okay,
So subscribe to Nick Sino's channel. You've been having you're like at 200, 700, like you've been like through
it's been going well, like, and just like, having fun talking about music, right? So that's what we're all here for. So
that's right. Plus, like he's got that great sounding that microphone sounds great. So subscribe to his channel if you haven't. And I haven't been back. I have to go back to your channel at some point. I also
review soon
with Nick on his channel. So Lorenzo, when is your channel going?
December.
When in December?
Yeah.
When in December, man?
I don't know when in December, but it's gonna be in December. the semester ends in November, so I'm gonna have more time. So yeah, it's I already have a couple of videos planned. So as soon as the semester ends and I grade the students out, I'm gonna have time to actually do it. So
Nice.
yeah.
Rules out, motherfucker. And you have time. So yeah, so in December, you know what? I also started my channel back in December in 2021. So yeah, it's a good month to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get the hang of it. So when the channel is like, obviously I'll share it with you, Couchers, so you can subscribe to Lorenzo's channel. He's going to be talking like about music, pop culture stuff.
I already have a couple of stuff planned. I want to do like a video series on Puerto Rican cinema. So I want to highlight local movies. So and also just cult movies. I want to discuss cult movies with people, and I don't know, that kind of stuff. I like everything. So it's gonna be for a little bit until I get my bearings. Maybe a couple of stuff that I'm gonna be doing. So
Awesome. And maybe an Is It That Bad But Movie edition. That would be interesting. So yeah, so when I'll share it for everyone to subscribe to Lorenzo's channel. You've seen him the last 2 years on the channel, so you know him, you know Lorenzo, and obviously Rock of All Ages. He's got a whole lot of videos planned for November and December, and his channel is like a podcast. So and like Rock of All Ages. When is that Aerosmith video that we did 3 years ago going?
So we recorded that earlier this year. It is coming out in early November.
Okay.
We made a video about one of Done with Mirrors by Aerosmith. And then right before that, there was a video that Lorenzo and I did about the self-titled album by Alice in Chains.
Nice. The one with the three-legged dog.
The one with the three-legged dog.
Yep.
That's a great one.
Also, Nick, since I didn't get to tell you earlier, back in April, I saw Deftones in concert.
What happened?
Hmm?
What happened when you saw Deftones?
Oh, they were amazing.
Yeah.
I just know that I think I recalled Nick saying his girlfriend is a Deftones fan.
Yes, she is. Yeah, we both are. Yeah, for sure.
Of course she
Yeah.
is. She's a woman of good taste.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. She's. I've never seen them live. She's seen them live a couple of times. So
Oh, they
she
are
has that on me too.
fantastic.
Yeah. Mm.
Stop it. I've never seen them live, and Chinos has that restraining order against me. I'm joking. But yeah, it's funny because a few weeks ago he mentioned that Aerosmith video. I'm like, oh yeah, I had forgotten that I'm like, yo, yeah, we did record something about.
I like to plan my videos well in advance.
Oh my God, yes. So I had totally forgotten about it. So subscribe to his channel, and obviously, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you like, crude sense of humor. If you and come on, man, I'm doing some editing now. I'm doing I'm adding
Nice.
stuff.
Fancy.
I'm getting like fancy with the editing, and I put jokes that land. So yeah, I have improved. It's not just me on a couch anymore. I put some stuff. But
Well, as long as the couch is still there, that's all that
yeah.
matters.
That's the key.
the key is that there has
It
to be.
ties the room together.
Yeah, but the channel there's been a steady growth. So yeah, so it's been good, and of course, I should do more videos for. I did a series called "Should Have Been Bigger." We just one episode.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I
I
have
remember that,
suggested
yeah.
a couple of bands for that series,
I
but
think
yeah, maybe we'll get back to it someday.
Yeah, but that's harder because for that one you have to listen to a whole discographies, and like it's harder than to do. It's harder to talk good about bands than doing an Is It That Bad. But
Maybe what you could do as like a compromise is just listen to all of their singles instead of
Yeah.
all of their albums.
it could be, but I'll have to do something. And coming up on the
I got one. Corrosion of Conformity should have been bigger.
Oh yeah. So this weekend on the because this is going this weekend on the channel, I did a video for Halloween. So it's like a video like me recommending. I know that last year I didn't do a video because we did on Nick's channel last year.
Yeah.
Yes, the spooky songs.
We did the
Yeah.
spooky songs last year on Nick's channel, and I'll probably review the new Trivium EP because it's an EP, and I have my kids this weekend, so I'm gonna be lazy. So I'm just going
Nice short EP. Nice, quick 20 minutes.
short EP. Well, I did review an album that is not technically an album by a band in Puerto Rico called Screwface, which is 9 minutes.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's 9 minutes, but it's put like it in the socials. It says that it's an album, so I put like it's an 8-minute album, and people were like, "It's crazy! What do you mean 8-minute album?" So if you 8 minutes, Screwface, super fun. And I have a few interviews coming up next week. I have a big one for a band called Pupil Slicer, which they're like a big metal band, up and coming metal band. And also I'll have an interview for a band called Altar Boy, which they're a punk rock band from
You mean Alter Bridge?
No, they're called Altar Boy.
Okay.
No, it's not Alter Bridge, it's Altar Boy. They're a punk from Philadelphia. And Nick, they play with Scooped Up.
Nice. Yeah, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
Scooped Up's great.
up and coming punk band on the channel. So please subscribe and from the I thank everyone that takes time of their day to listen to me and also to the I love collaborating with you guys because you become my friends. Actually, Lorenzo, I've known you forever. So yeah, like hearts for everyone.
No,
So
now you do it like this.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
oh no, don't start with the 6-7.
Oh, is that what that is?
No.
The other kids, my kids were like 6-7, and I'm like, what? They're like 6.
Yeah, I still don't understand what the punchline is with that.
Well,
I don't think that's for us.
I'm like, the only song I know with numbers is 1, 2, 3 about the door, Snoop Doggy Dogg. I'm like, I couldn't. No 6-7. I'm like, what the hell is 6-7? I'm like, but whatever. So I'm rambling on. So comment down below. And until next time, this is Hector, the shield dude on a couch. And I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.